Today on Mr. Media, I'll talk to actress and comedian Natasha Leggero. She's a recurring guest on Chelsea Lately and now a co-star on the new NBC sitcom Free Agents, which airs Wednesdays at 8:30 p.m. Stick around. I'm still looking for a good way to reference her movie appearance, and he's just not that into you. So much media, so little time. Who keeps track of it all? That would be me. This is Bob Andelman, and this is a Mr. Media interview. You know, MrMedia.com, MRmedia.com. Stop by and check it out. There are more than 900 archived celebrity and pop culture interviews for your listening pleasure. Mr. Media is recorded live before a studio audience of stand-up comedians who can't remember if they're headlining at Zanies, Coconuts, Crazies, Psychos, or their mother-in-law's house this weekend in the new media capital of the world, St. Petersburg, Florida. Natasha Leggero has multiple fallback positions. She's a stand-up comedian, so she can always work and always bring the funny. She's a solid talk show guest, as evidenced by numerous appearances on the Chelsea Lately panel. And she's an actress, having appeared in the movie She's Just Not That Into You, and is now co-starring as Emma in the new NBC series Free Agents, which airs Wednesdays at 8:30 p.m. The show's headliners are Hank Azaria and Kathryn Hahn, but also co-stars her pal, comedian Mo Mandel. Natasha, welcome to Mr. Media.
Hello, welcome. Thank you.
Hey, I got to ask you, I saw your first Tonight Show appearance, and you open it with this great line, "It's okay, I don't think female comedians are funny either." I mean, it's like, wow.
No, I said, I don't think women are funny.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes, it's a little different.
It's a little different.
It's the idea is, more about sometimes when you do get on stage, you can tell that the audience has a preconceived notion, and there'll always be like two men in the front row who seem pissed that a woman's come out on stage. So that is where that comes from. But that is a very old joke. I don't know that I would say that now because I don't think it's true.
Oh, it was a great opener. It was just like you if you weren't paying attention, you would be like, "What? She said that?" I mean, and so I mean, I've often heard comedians, men who say, "Yeah, I mean, they're just not funny," and it's just like, where have you been?
Oh, people just like to say stuff.
Yeah. So you have.
I mean, that's obviously not true.
Well, have you ever run into that though with the male comics on the road, or have you, not had to deal with that directly?
I mean, I've definitely had to deal with it, and I think what's happening now is as they see that they're, women are funny and they are doing things. I think especially after Bridesmaids, I think that, and I'll do a lot of shows where it's a lot of women on the lineup, and people come up to me and they're like, "Why would I watch overweight middle-aged men do comedy when I can watch pretty girls do comedy?" So it's but Sarah Silverman said something that I thought was very very true. She said, "Women are funny, but not all women are funny." So not all female comedians are funny, but a lot of females are funny, and a lot of female comedians are funny. So just because you're a woman doesn't mean you're funny, but there's tons of funny women, same as men.
Well, so who makes you laugh these days?
I love Sarah Silverman. Love Zach Galifianakis. I wish he'd start touring more. His comedy's so funny. Todd Barry is hilarious. Andy Kindler. Who else? Tig Notaro. Have you ever seen Tig? She's so funny.
No.
I mean, a lot, mostly just my friends.
Oh, okay. Good move. And so,
it's comics who I know who have been, around for the past 10 years, and, you end up kind of knowing a lot about comedy, and you can kind of tell what's good comedy and what isn't.
Mm-hmm. Well, and let me ask you this. Some comedians are very comfortable acting, and some just can't make that transition. Why is it working for you?
Well, I was a child actress. No, I was not a child star.
Oh, okay.
I never quite broke through. But I was on stage, as a small child, and that was always what I did. So maybe it was a little more natural for me.
And I'm just
than
looking.
some people. But, and I think some comics have a problem shaking their persona, and, that can be an issue. But sometimes we just want to see their persona. I mean, Jerry Seinfeld, you didn't really want to see him dissolve into a character.
No.
And that's why Jerry Seinfeld is smart, because he surrounded himself with, excellent actors.
Mm-hmm. And I've just looked at the time, so I want to ask you about something about the show. Of course, you play Emma, who works for Hank Azaria's character, and also with Anthony Head and his character.
Yes.
Tell me about these guys. These are some pretty seasoned guys.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, it's funny because Hank Azaria does a lot of voices on The Simpsons, so we always ask him on set if he'll do some of his voices, and he always tells us we can't afford him. so that gives. He's teasing, but yes, he's very successful in voiceover and as an actor. He's so funny. And Anthony, I'm just getting to know him. He's so good. Yeah, he was on Buffy for a long time, so people know him from that. And it's great work. And Catherine Hahn is an amazing actress. She's Hank's love interest. And so, yeah, I'm just trying to enjoy it while I'm having this opportunity to be with these people. And it really is about the chemistry on the show.
Well, Anthony Head, I don't think most people would have guessed him for comedy.
Well, Anthony was on this is a remake of a British show, and he played the same part in the British series. So we're very lucky to have him here for the American series.
I get it. Well, and I should say he's been on Mr. Media, and he was very funny on the show, which surprised me. It was not what I was expecting. So that's good. That's good. Well, listen.
Oh, he's very funny. Oh, just because he's on Buffy, so you think he's going to be, because he has a British accent. So. Well,
and his last show was Merlin, which he's still doing, which was fairly serious.
Right.
Not a lot of laughs coming from him there. Well, listen, we're completely out of time. So, folks, listen, you can see actress-comedian Natasha Leggero every Wednesday night at 8:30 p.m. on the new NBC sitcom Free Agents. You can also see her videos from her stand-up act at Natasha Leggero, that's 2Gs.com. And, Natasha, thank you so much for joining us on Mr. Media today.
Thanks. I'll see you again. Talk to you again.
Please do. Bye-bye.
Bye.
For more original interviews, surf over to our main website, mrmedia.com, mrmedia.com. If you've enjoyed today's show, subscribe for free to Mr. Media via email, RSS, or iTunes, and you'll never miss a show. Another good idea? Download our new free Mr. Media mobile app in the Android market. And you can also listen with a piece of string and a tin can in many parts of the Internet. Show your support of Mr. Media by supporting our sponsors, including Audible. To download your free audiobook today, go to audibletrial.com/radio. Again, that's audibletrial.com/radio for your free audiobook. We're also supported by thepartyauthority.us. Call DJ Ira for all your party entertainment needs nationwide at 1-800-DIAL-DJs or visit their website, thepartyauthority.us. If you've got an idea for a guest, a comment on today's show, or would like to advertise on Mr. Media Radio, email me directly at bob@mrmedia.com, mrmedia.com. You can also call our 24-hour listener line at 1-727-498-4711. Some messages may be used in an upcoming show. And unless you live next door to Mr. Media, there may be a toll charge. You can also follow Mr. Media on Facebook, Twitter, or our new YouTube and Vimeo video channels. Thanks so much for joining us today. I always appreciate you sharing a piece of your day with Mr. Media. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching.